Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. It's hard to believe, it really is, that the school year's almost over. And it's hard to believe that next weekend's Memorial Day. But when you get past all that and you happen to luck out like we did, the day we were at the Montour Preserve, an Envirothon was going on. We very quickly said, this looks like another story. Jason Winey is one of the organizers, and he's here to tell us all about the Envirothon.
First, thanks for coming out, making it a point to be part of the middle school Envirothon here today. We got a beautiful day, and that's great. We got a great location, so don't miss the opportunity to look around a little bit while you're here. You may want to explore it further in the future. So we're at the Montour Preserve, roughly outside of Danville. It's a great location for us, has a lot of pavilions for us to use, a lot of areas to spread out. As we've seen, there's wildlife running around here, and the lake has a great backdrop. So we're here to do our middle school Envirothon. Middle school Envirothon, 31 teams throughout the 5 counties, 141 students, I think, is the count expected today. We're going to go through the 5 stations, come back, give you some time for lunch while we finish up scoring, and 1:15 do an awards presentation and get you back to school in time to catch the buses home. And we're not going to spend too much time, just give you a little bit of a layout here. Aquatic Station is down where you registered. Forestry is roughly behind me here. Soils is a pavilion out in the corner there, and you'll see the pit. Wildlife is right here, and John is somewhere close for the Discovery Station. Oh, okay. John is over here, and he'll be doing the Discovery Station. So just make sure you rotate through, and I will get you started here in just a second. Today we're going to test on aquatic, soils, wildlife, and forestry. We're also going to have a non-testing station. John Beam is a naturalist who's been here for many years, and he's going to do a non-testing station for us. That just helps kind of spread the kids out and give them an extra opportunity and kind of relax for a second and not have a serious testing day all day long.
Yeah, so you said 5 counties. What are they?
So Snyder, Union, Montour, Columbia, and Northumberland are the 5 counties that we do our high school and middle school event together.
So was this put on hold for COVID? Is this like a good feeling kind of thing to have?
This is. There's a lot of excitement statewide, people getting back into the Envirothon in a more normal sense. Our middle school event was put on hold through COVID. We did try to make some opportunities available for the high school event through some virtual hybrid type situations, but this is our return to normal for the middle school event.
Lauren Sharon is the watershed specialist for the Snyder County Conservation District.
If each team wants to sit at a clipboard.
Yeah, sit with your clipboard.
So.
And we are collecting clipboards at the end. You guys want to sit down? We'll get started with the review.
If each team wants to come on in and find a clipboard, there's one up here, one there. And there's 2 cards here. This is the Aquatic Station for the middle school Envirothon.
So quickly tell me, what are they doing? How does this test work?
So what we do first is we gather the teams. They sit at the picnic table. We have bingo cards in front of them. So we read cue cards off with clues to aquatic species. They might be invasive or native. There's different categories. So on toads, salamanders, fish, snakes, and turtles. And so we read the clues off for each category, and they find them on their bingo card, and that corresponds to the test questions. Pay attention to the clues and what he's going to cover, because you're going to see them possibly on your test. As he calls them out, feel free to shout the answer if you know it. We'll point it out on the board behind us what the correct answer is, and then mark it on your bingo card, okay? We'll do this for about 5 minutes, and then we'll give you 25 minutes to test, okay?
So we're going to get started here. We're going to be under a bug's life. These have large eyes, segmented legs, oval or rounded heads. They have a segmented body with small wing buds. Does anybody know what up here would have those characteristics? If you know, just shout it out. No one knows? It's called a dragonfly larvae right here.
So the top one here is dragonfly.
So when you have these kids show up and they've been studying, right? I mean, this isn't just they come today, right?
Yeah, so the teachers have the opportunity to work this into their curriculum. We provide the resources. The middle school is a little different from the high school event, where the resources provided are through the state environment and Envirothon program. The middle school Envirothon program is really resources and kind of our own program. We develop the resources and the tests and rely on agency partners as well.
A trench was dug for the soil sections where students had to identify the levels of dirt and rock, amongst other things. I enjoyed the wildlife section. The test included wildlife identification in the grass. Animal furs and skulls were laid out in hopes of being identified by the students. There was also identification going on under the pavilion.
This is number 6. They'll be up here if you think there's some benefit of checking them out closer. This is number 6. This is number 7. Okay. Number 8. Again, be specific on this one. Number 8. It's a great foundation if you have any interest in the Envirothon. It's not just a test. If you're here today, you'll hear bird calls, you'll see hides and pelts from the wildlife station. Aquatics, you'll see real mounts and things like that. It's not a paper and pencil test. It's a way to really get immersed into a number of different facets. If forestry is your thing, if wildlife's your thing, similar. You'll be in a soils pit next to us here. It's a really way to get immersed into it and start a good foundation for an environmental conscious future.
And that's what I was thinking too. You never know, you may spark a kid into saying, I want to work with aquatics. I want to get a job in wildlife.
We have statewide, we've done a lot of studies on where our kids have ended up that have gone through the Envirothon program. And maybe not surprising, but you'll see a lot of Bureau of Forestry, a lot of DEP, a lot of DCNR folks, whether state parks or forestry. A lot of our, at our high school event just 2 weeks ago, 2 of the Game Commission guys were, I think, Central Columbia graduates that were there just over, not that many years ago in the Envirothon, and now they're conservation officers.
If somebody wants to get involved, how do you inspire the classroom? Is there a website? How do you get more information?
The easiest way is to really contact your local conservation district. They're typically your liaison between the Envirothon program, whether that's at the high school or going on at a middle school level. Some of us even take it into the classroom. Our county does a 5th grade Envirothon throughout the districts too. So really get a hold of your conservation district. They're your source to find out information and the opportunities for the Envirothon.
So thank you to everybody that welcomed us on that story. We've got to say congratulations to all of the kids that take place in Envirothons throughout the year. We also got to tell you, if your school doesn't have one, please contact the conservation district you live in. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.